Welcome back to Midnight Monday with Mikelya. I'm Mikelya, and for this show, we're going to be going with me to get ready for Invest Fest. Also, we're going to be talking about an album that just dropped. It's my favorite album of the year right now. So, if you want to see more, go ahead and click subscribe, and let's get into it. Today, you will be getting ready with me for the first day of Invest Fest. I will be doing just a simple makeup look and hair, and you'll get to see the completed look at the end of the video. So enjoy. So last week, one of my favorite artists dropped an album, his first album ever. I was so excited. Of course, I stayed up to 12 so that I could listen to it. But I would like to start by saying that I love music. I love it being pumped directly in my veins, but I'm not an expert. I'm more of a connoisseur. So I listen to music all day long. And it's just something that I love to do. So one of my favorite artists, Teezo Touchdown, has finally dropped his first album. So give him a round of applause. I'm very excited for him. I've been waiting a long time for him to drop an album. I actually got introduced to Teezo Touchdown through his viral video, Sucker. It came out during COVID. I was big, fat, pregnant, just in the bed, eating, doing nothing, literally. And so I would be on social media scrolling all day, I promise you, I wasted so much time when I was pregnant. It was crazy. But I came across the video and people were laughing and making jokes about it and stuff. And I watched it, I listened to the song, and I'm like, this is really creative. And I'm a sucker for creativity. It's one of the criteria I use when I determine whether a song is good or an album or an artist as a whole is worth, your time or anything. I saw the video and I immediately went to his YouTube page. Of course, I subscribed, but I also went through like some of the singles that he had dropped. He hadn't dropped a project or anything that I knew of, but he did have a bunch of singles. And it seemed like after I saw that viral video, he just started dropping more music. And every time he dropped, I listened. And now we finally arrived at the moment where he dropped an album. And I have to tell you, before I give an opinion on the album, I will listen to it a million times. Like, I'll just listen to it. I have to give it a few days to process. Like, a lot of people don't like certain things because they're not in the mood to hear it, and they don't realize that they're not in the mood to hear it. So they'll just write something off as trash automatically. What I try to do is, when I listen to the album, I am expecting it to change my mood. If I'm sad, I'm expecting it to make me happy. If I'm happy, I'm expecting it to like bring out some type of emotion that may not be the same as that. But I am expecting a shift in my mood. And if it doesn't shift my mood in any way, like, I'm not gonna like it. A good album will always shift my mood. Doesn't matter if I'm already happy, I'm gonna be super happy, ecstatic, like I'm gonna be over the moon. Doesn't matter what happens, like I'm gonna have a mood change regardless. With regards to Teezo Touchdown's album, How Do You Sleep at Night? First impression, it gave everything that I expected it to give. I'm very happy that this album was classified in the alternative section, because it is true alternative music. I can also say that this felt like an experimental album. I can definitely tell, like, he was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. The structure of the album, I like the way it comes on. The first song, Okay, is perfect intro to the album. The last song, the original was Better, was the perfect outro. I mean, I can tell he put a lot of thought into this music. One of the things that I really enjoyed about it is the two-part songs. I don't know, it's just a preference of mine. I do love two-part songs. I think that they are so creative. I love how artists are able to put two different vibes into one song. It just does something to me, and almost every song on the album was like this. Be real, I just love the whole album. I let it ride. There are no skips. It's just such a vibe that I enjoy. I love rock music, and so for him to include rock metal into this album along with R&B, and that was another creative thing about the album. He calls it R&B, which is rock and boom, which is his version of R&B. Like, the topics of the songs fit so well with R&B. And also too, not only did he do a dual part song, he did a dual meaning song. So like, for instance, on Too Easy, like, it starts off as a rock song, like to get you pumped up, and like you're thinking like, oh my god, I'm getting ready for a game, I'm getting ready for this, I'm getting ready for that. And then it switches into an R&B song where he talks about just making it easier for his love interest to do what she needs to do. Like, it was so cool, and I'm so impressed by this album. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't think I had any types of expectations for him because it was his first album, and I'm always willing to give people grace on their first album. But I'm so glad that he came out with something as strong as this to kind of set the tone and the standard for every other album that comes out. Like, I am forever going to be comparing his future albums to this one album right here, only because it was such a great album. It was such a standard, and I really hope that he's able to evolve with this sound but still keep the format that he has on this album. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because it had the perfect amount of songs. It rides, it wraps up exactly like it's supposed to. It doesn't feel too long, it doesn't feel too short. So I am going to rate this a 10 out of 10. Just a message for Teezo. I love what you're doing. I love your sound. I hope that you continue on your journey. I wish you all the best, and I'm going to be rooting from the sidelines. I'm rooting for you. But anyway, so that's just my take on the Teezo album. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all even listen to Teezo Touchdown? Like, am I just out here on a limb by myself? Like, let me know in the comments below.